BHG here. This is Dead Space 2023, the remake. And I've heard stories about this one. If any of you have been watching me for some time now, you know I absolutely hate all things woke, and that's certainly something this game has been accused of. So, I gotta find out for myself, and see how it stacks up to the original. This is Halloween Horror 2024. If you like my content, do subscribe. And if you feel like donating to the channel, there is a web address in the description box. Let's see what kind of can of worms I open with this game.
I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything.
Well, they made her old and ugly. That certainly fits the DEI description. Their game plan, their MO.
I can't believe what's happening. Strange.
Make all women ugly. Yep, that's definitely woke right there.
That's her? Nicole?
Yeah. First deferred from her.
That's supposed to be Kendra.
5 minutes out, you still got that thing on repeat? Guess you really miss her.
Fisherman is not a job you turn
Okay, now
down.
Kendra was pretty hot in the first one.
Calls. It's rough.
She's got cheeks like a man and a fucking jawline like a boxer.
I don't blame you. I'd listen to my girlfriend over him and reception.
Okay, and she wasn't a dyke in the original either.
So you keep saying.
Here we go. Nice clean re-entry.
Oh, I guess we're in for a trip for this one. I played through the Resident Evil 4 remake, and I thought it was pretty damn good.
Imagine 6 months
Before with this one, yeah, the gameplay might turn out to be fine, but having their political ideology shoved in my face so blatantly is... I'm glad I didn't pay for this game. I didn't buy it, I'm playing it on Game Pass. Technically kind of paying for it that way, but...
Confirming visual contact with USG Ishimura.
I was considering purchasing it outright, but then I heard about all the stuff.
Looks like they already popped the cork.
Why is it so dark? We should be able to see our running lights.
Yeah. I'll get us into hailing range. Someone's got to be waiting up for us.
Yeah, in the original Kendra, or Daniels as they're calling her now,
No chances, huh? Is that why you were digging into my
she wore
personal
like
files
a
before we left?
tight uniform, had
I'm a computer analyst.
large breasts, and
I ran standard CEC.
I would say a very slim face.
If you want to work in the big leagues, you have to play ball.
Her freaking cheeks, oh my god, even from that angle, they're bigger than Isaac's.
USG Ishimura. This is the emergency maintenance.
That's
center for
full
USG
on woke.
responding to your distress.
Make the women look ugly as hell, make them look androgynous, man-like,
Ishimura.
or just totally unattractive
This is
altogether.
USG Kelly.
But that seems to be the big thing that the wokies do to females in games, androgyny.
Come on. Someone pick up the damn phone.
And they always use the excuse, oh, it shouldn't be, you just want to masturbate to all the characters. Really? Because I seem to remember when Hades 2 came out, how all the wokesters that were all supportive of DEI and all things woke and ripping on people like me, they were talking about how they were going to masturbate to the DEI, or the Hades 2 characters. Like, no. You see, you just don't want to masturbate. I use that term quote because no one actually does, except for them. We just like eye candy in games, that's it. But they were literally talking about how they were frothing in the loins over the Hades 2 characters. I had a bit of a stutter there. Yeah, so they're all good with characters being hot and sexy as long as they're the right kind of sexy, like queer or androgynous. But if it's like a straight character, no, they don't want to have any of that. That's too normal.
Everyone okay?
I'm getting weird performance stutters. I don't know if that's because I'm recording or if that's just the game.
It's my ankle. Might be broken.
Shit.
Okay, we did not have a black pilot in the original.
Good call on the stabilizer.
You got a race swap character right there.
What the fuck's going on with flight control? That
The
guy
other
insists
pilot
on
was the
death.
one I called Monkey Face because of his eyes.
Jen, what's our damage?
Comms are down. We lost port booster. Got a fire in one.
Oh no, they got rid of the white guy. Okay, Monkey Face isn't here anymore.
Course of
Monkey face got swapped out with a black woman.
Not that much.
Then let's get some help.
If it's not such a big deal, then
Stay with the Kelly.
why did you
Send
switch
medic.
it?
Everyone else with me.
The excuse? Oh, because it represents modern culture more appropriate. No, it represents your fucking culture. I don't want any part of it. And apparently, neither do a lot of other gamers. Look at Concord, look at Flintlock, look at Suicide Squad, look at all these woke games made by the woke corporations and the consulting groups. Total fucking failures.
Not a great start.
I think this game came out right in the nick of time to miss that shitstorm that became Gamergate 2. And thank God Gamergate 2 came out.
Hello? Where is everybody? Half the ship must have heard that landing.
Be proud, Chen. You got us here in one piece.
Johnson might disagree. But you're offering to buy the first round.
Yeah, everyone's wearing very tight clothing except for her.
You see
How
anyone in flight
woke.
control?
No, nobody.
Don't want the male gaze.
At least we didn't take out
About the only thing that looks completely faithful to the original, because even Isaac looks like he's about 25 years older. I can't remember this guy's name here, the black guy. The main man. Hammond? Maybe? Yeah, Hammond. He looks pretty much the same. Let me get a look at him here. No, he's a little bit younger. In the original, he looks maybe 10, 15 years older.
Rig synced. Collect kinesis and stasis modules from.
What was up with her walking animation?
Backup temple.
She looked like a robot.
Employee not found.
I can't reach security.
Same for the chief engineer. What is wrong with their comms?
Okay, that wasn't there in the original. We support diversity!
Where's the security detail? Where's anybody?
There's nothing logged. No duty roster. No power to the elevator.
Yeah, it's funny how all these wokesters are all against anything corporate, stuff like that, unless it supports their agenda, like this corporate sloganeering here. Oh, they're all totally cool with that.
Does anyone else?
I mean, for God's sakes, the guy that got caught with the, that, what was it, that bank over near the Bay Area, Silicon Valley, that guy, Sam Bankman-Fried, he even said in his private correspondence with some of his mates that the whole thing's bullshit. They all just did it to let you know that you were in the know, that you were one of them. Kind of like a code. But then you got the full believers of this shit
Oh God, that smell.
that actually believe that you have to have diversity and inclusion and all these things are good things or virtuous, like right and wrong. Like, you're all a bunch of atheists.
The tramps?
How do you... What objective standard do you use to determine right and wrong?
Okay, I got it for power.
It's not like they all believe in God,
The elevator should
Positive anomaly.
but you never hear them insult Satan.
Quarantine activated.
Another malfunction?
No. The quarantine systems are all fine.
Now, in the original, both of the pilots die here.
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah, man?
Apparently, they're just gonna let the Asian guy here and let the black girl live. Probably for diversity's sake, of course. Because they hate Asians too, it's not just whites they hate. Oh, I'm used to the run being a shoulder button. At least that's what it was in the OG game. So you got ugly ass Kendra, race swap characters, The black female that was race swapped doesn't die in the beginning because, you know, that would be racist. Can't even remember the wife's name at this point. But can they remake anything without fucking it up? What did they change Stomp to? Or is it not there yet? I guess I'll just go to the objective. I don't have TK yet, do I? I might have... No, now I got a gun. You know, how hard would it have been to just recreate the game as it was? With no race swapping. Kendra looks the same, or as she's called in this one, Daniels. What Stomp is now right trigger. What was it before? I thought it was one of the shoulder buttons. Yeah, I think that they switched that. I think that the right bumper used to be the Stomp and that the right trigger was the melee attack. Yeah, they swapped that. Do they have an option to revert that? Dead Space 2, Stomp, melee, Rant. Yeah, I like the old controls better. Use stasis pack, why? Which ones use stasis pack here? Oh, that's right, Dead Space 1. It was supposed to use them automatically, but I remember having issues with that. I'm gonna go with Dead Space 2. I see that Dead Space... Let me see. Yeah, they left Dead Space 3 out. We kinda like to forget about that one, huh? But how hard would it have been to just remake Dead Space completely faithful to the original? Apparently it would have been really damn hard. Because they were incapable of doing it. And you've got a lot of woke retards out there defending them. I've already seen a lot of the Reddit discussions. Reddit's a leftist shithole anyway. You're not going to have anyone arguing against it there. That doesn't get downvoted to hell. It happens to me every single time I do it. Even when you nail those fuckers to a wall. God, they can't stand that.
Security request retrieved.
I can't wait to come across the transgender bathrooms.
Smith had to shoot its fucking arms and legs off. For God's sake, send help!
Because they're putting all this shit in the future, like the corporate sloganeering that you had back there with the DEI, the inclusivity with that. I mean, that's already going on nowadays. It irritates a lot of people. A lot of people can't stand it. Then there's a lot of people that think it's a good thing. So, it's a split. I would say that it splits more on the can't tolerate it side just because it looks so stupid and pandery. Like, God's sakes, knock it off. People are not fucking tokens. But, the other thing with the transgender bathrooms, that's kind of a slap in the face to anyone that believes in objective reality, because they're just saying at that point, what they're putting in this game, that in the future, they've won. No, the fight ain't over yet, assholes. Before I film the next video, record it, I'm gonna figure out what's causing that stuttering.
You made it.
They're everywhere. Shen, is he,
God, look at her fucking face.
What the fuck are these things?
From that, look at his face and look at her face.
Some of them were wearing Ishimura uniforms.
That jaw.
Crew? How the hell could
I
they
mean,
be the
my
crew?
God.
Look at them.
Did she just, like, fall into a bed of shellfish or something?
We can't. The tram system's wrecked. Everything's locked down because of the quarantine.
And you're both repair techs, so how do we do this?
I mean, it's like they already chopped her tits off and threw that jacket on. They made her face look like a freaking
There's
blowfish.
a broken tram car blocking the tunnel. It's gridlocked the system. And the data board's burned out. I can't lift the lockdown or
Say
call the
what
tram
you want
until we
about
get
the
a spare
Resident Evil 4 remake. I don't have that many criticisms of that game. I thought they did a pretty good job.
Just make sure there's power.
But Ashley was...
And Isaac,
Ashley and Ada
sure
Wong,
Nicole's okay.
very
She's
hot in
got it,
Resident
right?
Evil 4.
She'll do the smart thing.
Yeah, she always does.
This Kendra
Find
just
someone safe. I'll be back soon.
looks like your woke androgynous prototype. Why do they hate women so much? I mean, they're not making the men purposely ugly. I don't see it. Isaac looks fairly normal. Hammond, he looks normal. Women? No, you gotta fuck them all up. Where's the feminists at? Oh yeah, that's right. They never really had any convictions. They were just doing the current thing, like all the woke people. Someone was pulling their strings. I guess they didn't need them anymore, so the feminists got thrown under the bus to make way for the trans movement. Because after all, you can't have those pesky feminists around if you want to have men beating the shit out of women in sports. How long have I been playing so far? First 17 minutes have been an anti-woke rant. At this point, I don't even really care all that much about the gameplay. Well, I can say one positive thing. Other than, you know, updated graphics, looks better, blah blah blah. They improved the aiming. Aiming was a little janky in the original. The dead zone's kind of tight. I shouldn't say tight, it's more on the loose end, but I've never really liked acceleration when it comes to controls. It's something I've never been able to get used to. Yeah, in the first Dead Space game, the controls, and I mean, should come as no shocker. The game came out in like 2007, 2008. They were still kind of nailing down the controls. Even Call of Duty was at that point, but making like a fine adjustment like that was very difficult. Usually either got too much or too little response. Too much or too little feedback. Save it? No, I don't think I'm gonna die. Probably has an autosave anyway.
Isaac, don't bother shooting those fuckers in the head. Doesn't even slow them down.
Okay. The only way is hacking them apart. Those arms, legs.
Does that even kill them? Or do they just...
I was gonna quote something from a far, far better game, but I'll just leave it there. Said don't even bother shooting them in the head. Okay. Well, the head's a limb. Those guys, that was my typical kill tactic for them. Shoot them in the leg first, get them down, and either shoot their head off or shoot one of their arms off since they're just kind of there. How do the explosions look? Wow, that was Very unimpressive. A little bit of smoke and some more particle effects would have helped. Hey. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, you're supposed to drop some shit when you die. The hell? They didn't have posters around everywhere in the first game. And of course she's black in the poster. I don't have anything against black people. I don't have anything against people of any color. But this... it just feels like you're using people as, like, trophies. Not even like trophies, because that would imply it's something you earned. Well, not how they give out trophies nowadays, but... like tokenism. Just holding them up like, look how good we are for promoting this type of colored person. It's not about the person you're promoting, or showing off, or showcasing in that regard. It's all about you. You're saying, look at Mies! Look at how virtuous Mies is! How about you just treat everybody equally? You know, equality, show no favoritism. Meritocracy. Things like these are always good ideas. No, you can't have that. You gotta have equity. I don't think women should be on the police force just because they can't do the same caliber of job that a man can when it comes to the physical duties of that job. Men and women are not created the same. Men are stronger. And I just watched a video the other day of a woman officer get shot to death because she got beat up by a male perpetrator, took her gun off of her, and now she's dead. How'd equity work out for you there? Because the bullets aren't inclusive. Oh, sorry, no, they are inclusive. They include everybody. They don't care what color you are. But I'm used to using inclusive in the way that the DEI supporters do. Means everyone but white people, and now Asians. I didn't think they were dead. That was even something I noticed when I went through the police academy during my time there. There was 2 sets of standards that you had to go through. One for men, one for females. Like, are we not doing the same job here? Why do they have a different set of standards that's significantly lower than what we had to do? I need to scroll on that without closing it. Oh, up and down on the D-pad. This is really dark. I don't know how dark it's coming up because I'm running this through OBS. I'm playing the game in HDR. I can't record HDR. I have not found any software that's very good at recording HDR yet, so I just put it through OBS and change it to, or convert it to SDR. I did have one... I recorded one game a while ago that did end up looking good and recorded properly in HDR though with AMD's recording software, which was Devil May Cry 5. I don't know how it did that, but I remember having to finick with the settings on that a lot to get it to work properly. Sometimes I get done recording an episode and I see that it was all extremely dark. Does anyone ever change this to the vertical setting? Other than all the woke horseshit that's in this game, something that I'm curious about is what did they... Since I just played through the original Dead Space last year for Halloween Horror, mind you. If you want to check that out, just search Dead Space in my videos, you'll find it. I'm curious what they did with the infamous, I mean infamous, meteor shooting stage. It was kind of like what's the word for it? Kind of like an arcadey type thing where you shoot a bunch of meteors down, and it wasn't like a trial and error thing where you think, well, the waves of meteors will come down in the same spots each time. No, it was completely randomized each time, and you could just get clusters thrown at you that would destroy the ship every time. God, that was infuriating. I don't know how many takes it took for me to get through that.
Isaac, we can't stay here much longer.
But I mashed them all up in 2, so you saw how many times I actually died recording that. It was quite a bit.
Daniels, watch that door.
Was ready to shut the damn game off at that point. I'm like... Because I hadn't played through it since the game was first released. Played through it like 3 or 4 times. But when I played through it last year, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this god-awful part of the game. Okay, first thing, HP. Always need more of that. To join is to survive. They must be talking about the cult. Just gonna assume it's the same cult in this one. What was the name of that cult? Oh, I can't remember. It had a weird name. No, it's not utilitarians. That's a... Utilitarianism is that ideology brought forth by that disgusting pig of a man, Jeremy Bentham. I can't remember the name of the cult in this game. If you want to know where utilitarianism ultimately leads to, just look at the Nazis. Perfect example of utilitarianism. Just ruthless efficiency at any cost. There's another stutter. I'm not positive if this game has an autosave, but I think I might screw around with the settings. Turning ray tracing on and off, whatnot. See if there's anything that might stop those stutters. It could be just that I'm recording while doing this.
Data board reinstalled. Error. Damaged tram on track. Contact maintenance immediately.
Additional repairs required. Oh yeah, I remember that door. Many a deaths from that thing. This is where I get TK somewhere. Hey, what do you got on you? Nothing. You're worthless. Oh, that's not a box. It's just a light in the wall. Is there a tram coming? I was gonna say there wasn't in the original security clearance 1. I don't remember if that was a thing or not. Oh, there we go, stasis module. Using Y. Yeah, I'm not big on that. I might be able to... See, I don't like anything that causes me to aim and then remove my right thumb from the thumbstick. I might just be able to claw this with my right index finger. There we go. Yeah, I'll just get used to doing the claw. If I could remember in combat, though. If you could do your own mapping, it would almost be better if you could, while holding down the left trigger, press down on the right thumbstick. Shoot a state. Can you do manual? Custom. Okay, let's see here. Alt fire. Actually, no. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, let's see if I have any problems in the future. Yeah, I like that a lot better, because switching between alt fire and all that, that's not really something you need to do that quickly, but if you want to throw out a stasis real quick, I mean, that's got to be like a very, very fast reaction. In my humble opinion. Now it's just a matter of getting used to my own controls. Where else was back here? Did anything else open up, or do I have to go that way? Oh, what's in here? All gender restroom. Yeah. Because, you know, like Planet Fitness. If you're a mom and you take your little girl into the locker room with you, you want to see a dude standing there with his schlong hanging out, shaving. Yeah, that's totally appropriate because you're all inclusive and fuck your goddamn all gender bathrooms. How about objective reality? There's men, there's women. They use different bathrooms. It creates less incidences. Not to mention, the only people taking advantage of this shit, you don't see women going into the men's restrooms, do you? No, it's all the fucking pedophiles going into the women's restrooms. Once again, just like the men beating up all the women in sports, where's the feminists? Why do they hate women so much? The feminists were always a bunch of cowards. They only resisted when it was the thing to do. When they knew there were no repercussions. When you actually stand to lose something, that's when you're actually fighting. These woke assholes have nothing to lose. People that push up against wokeness, yeah, they can lose everything. People have lost everything. Look at the guy that used to be at Tripwire Studios. His last name's Gibson. Can't remember his first name. Gone? Why? Oh my god. He made the horrible, horrible crime of being pro-life.
Vents into engineering. You got a stasis module handy? We need one in tram maintenance stat. The autoloader's fried. I got a damaged tram car on the tracks, and if the whole system's gridlocked, guess who they're calling? Temple here, sending a stasis module now.
Then there was another guy, I can't remember what his name is, but he made the Brave web browser, but I think he was part of Mozilla before that. Yeah, he was another one, or anyone. You just find out anyone of any position of, like, corporate power, CEO or something, someone in any of these big corporations, if they would donate to Trump. Oh my god, the mob will come out frothing at the mouth. I need to find somewhere to store this shit. I'm not dropping any of it. Isn't there supposed to be something to latch this shit onto? Oh no, that's stasis. I don't think I have the, Oh, I don't remember what the other thing was called. I think I gotta turn it on first. Yeah, there we go.
Loading system reinitialized.
There's something you get later on in the game that would allow you to... It's kind of like stasis, but you can move things back and forth with it. It's kind of like a manipulation thing. I don't know if I have to stasis them or not. Yeah, no, that's how stasis is supposed to work. Can I get 2 of you at the same time? Maybe 3? More the merrier. I got plenty of ammo. I just got done playing through Silent Hill 2 on PS2, another remake I'm not looking forward to for the exact same reasons. I don't know if they have transgender bathrooms in Silent Hill 2, but they certainly made the fucking Maria. What they did to her. The whole point of her... Okay, I'm not getting into that. Different game, but... Yeah, I just got done playing through that, and by the end of the game, I had so much ammo. It was almost like I wasn't playing survival horror. I think I had like 150 pistol rounds, 100 shotgun rounds, and like 50 rifle rounds. It kind of made me wonder, how do people complain about never finding any ammo by the time they get to the end? Oh yes, stasis is so much easier to use that way. Thank God they allow you to customize controls. How do I use a med kit? There we go. I always like Steam input. If you don't like the game's controls, then you could just make your own. I use Steam input so much.
Tram replacement complete.
You got it. The tram was jamming the whole system.
I'm heading back to tram control. Should be able to call you a ride to the bridge.
Good. Just hurry. I keep hearing noises right under our feet.
Actually, now that I think of something, the performance issues I was having, like the stutters that were going on in the game, I don't think it's got anything to do with my graphics card being maxed out. I think it's just the game. Because the rest of the time I've been getting 60 frames per second without a problem. It's just in those odd moments that the frame rate just drops or stops altogether. Considering how incompetent a lot of game developers have gotten since, I would say at least 2018-ish. Just because they create, you know, echo chambers for themselves. They don't want to hear any type of dissent. They don't want to hear any type of criticism for their game. Other than that, they need more and more time to do shit that used to get done in a lot shorter periods. Back in what I call the golden age of game development, which was like the PS2 early 360 era. You'd be hard-pressed to find a better time for gaming. But yeah, I would make the argument that the developers for this game just couldn't flesh it out, just couldn't maintain a solid 60 without having hiccups in there. I'm still going to try adjusting my settings a little bit, maybe turn off ray tracing in the next one, see if that helps.
Now arriving at flight deck tram control.
There goes Hammond, who hasn't changed at all, except for looking a little younger and a bit more handsome. Oh my god, he's got like elf ears. What the fuck?
What's the plan?
And oh my god, I just noticed her nose too. She looks like a fucking ape. Look when she gives you a side profile. I mean, I just want to start going,
We'll see.
He looks like a, kind of like a special forces guy. I ain't gonna take no shit, I'll rip your head off and shit down your neck. His redesign's not bad. I'm not fond of Isaac's, I hate hers. Isaac's wife. Given that he's older, it makes sense that she's older, but why bother making either of them older? Can't have a young couple in the game? Thought something just came out there. Are you dead? Yes. I guess. Already got that shit in here. I hear something. Yeah, it's playing silky smooth now. Don't know what the hell the problem is when I get those hiccups. I think the first time I played this game, I played through it like 4 or 5 times, just getting more and more credits because they totally aped off of the Resident Evil 4 system, where you just keep getting better and better guns each playthrough, upgrading more and more. I totally loved it. It's already in here? No. They got the suspenseful music playing like, oh my god, be so scared, and I'm like looking around for items. That's what I do. Get out of here! Kneecap you. I would have been a necromorph until I took a freaking plasma cutter to the knee. Credit where credit's due, they did a very good job with the HDR. That's something that some developers had struggled with, like Monster Hunter. I don't remember which one I have on PS4, but Monster Hunter World, I think it was. I thought the HDR was bad in that game. Ray tracing's cool and all, but if you want to talk about actual game changers for the way games look, it's HDR. I cannot understate how different HDR makes games look. It's night and day.
There's no survivors. Daniels is trying to get into the command computer.
Yeah, just had some hiccups right there. If I remember right, the ship blows up here. Just goes kablooey.
What have you got on you? Is that blood?
Haley, I need you to listen. Yoshimuro's overrun with... they're fucking monsters. You didn't hear anything?
What? No, the comms are still out. Isaac...
We need the Killian fixed now. Got a damage report?
Yeah, it's there. Should have been with you.
Okay, I just watched the beginning of the old game right before starting this one. Both pilots got up and went with you. Like I said, there was a white pilot sitting in this seat, and there was the Asian pilot sitting in this seat. Those seats got swapped, and this character got swapped altogether with that DEI replacement right there. What, you gonna say she's not a DEI replacement? It's a fucking race swap. If the original pilot was black and the new pilot was white, you'd be frothing at the mouth, and you should be, because there's no reason for it. But this guy, the white guy that was in the original game, I called Monkey Face because the way his eyes looked, kind of looked like Ron Perlman. But they both go into the building with you, and I know Monkey Face dies. I think the Asian gets away, and he's the one that comes back here. So they changed that beginning up a little bit. Text log. If only I could read. I wish they'd say the name of that cult. I really can't remember what the hell it's called. Unitology. Is it just me, or does that sound a lot like Scientology? I mean, Unitology's kind of like worshipping alien artifacts, stuff like that. I mean, it's not that far from Scientology. Scientology's really just Satanism, but They had to give it a rebranding to lure people in. I guess I need to use this blue panel for something here.
Go!
Yep, ship goes bye-bye. Hope you didn't plan on leaving here. Oh, I don't have any stasis packs. Shit. That Necromorph's guts were just temporarily suspended in the air. I've never seen a point in upgrading the reload. Not in this game.
What's happening?
Johnson's gone. Kelly and Tim. The singularity core overloaded.
No!
Kellyanne was our only way home. We're trapped.
No!
Oh, but
I'm not losing
the females were just based off of the actual models that they used in real life. Yeah, so's the bitch from Star Wars Outlaws. Except the lady in the Star Wars Outlaws game, who you actually play as, she's ugly as fuck. The real life actress, I think she's Venezuelan. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Superbly hot. Like 10 out of 10. Boy, they butchered her.
You're closer to medical. You can double back and cut through maintenance. Find the captain's body and get his rig. With his codes, we... What was that?
He kind of looks like an actor. I can't think of the guy's name. But I've seen him in a few space movies. I'm referring to Hammond. Welcome aboard! Fuck your woke corporate propaganda. Go that way this time. Fucking transgender bathrooms. Huh. Normally they like to show off their graphical capabilities by showing your reflection in the mirror. Not this time. I mean, you think, well, yes, the Ishimura, the ship's been through hell. Do you expect to find a clean mirror? One, maybe. I think I'll just play through to the end of each chapter. Of course, this chapter would have been a lot shorter if I was bitching less time and spending that time playing, but that's what I do. I bitch. And we're at the end of the chapter. Okay. Yeah. Dead Space always ends with one of these terminals. Or the Dead Space chapters, I should say. What's that? Did Jarta Cole? Mango. I fucking hate Mango. I've never understood the appeal for that. Another diversity poster. I've never understood the appeal for the mango flavor. It's like pineapple on pizza. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm not done yet. I gotta go to medical, but I can store some shit here. Yeah. I usually just save up my money for the power nodes here. Move to stowage. I'll keep it on me. Does it automatically use the biggest health kit first by default? Apparently it does. I wanted to use a little one. I just wasted one of those medium ones. I'll save at the end of each chapter. I've still got some more Halloween horror recording to do. I'll probably end up finishing this one up first. Or maybe I'll finish this one up last. I'm also recording Amnesia, the bunker, and it's got some strange controls that I don't want to get reacquainted with. Easier to learn them and just keep that muscle memory intact before moving on. Kinesis, okay, that's what I was thinking of. Oh, chapter 1 completed. Oh, okay then, since this chapter is over, then I'm gonna go back here, save my game, and shut this shit off. Or I could just turn off the recording now and save while I'm not recording.